I am sure you did, Matt. Always nice to have Chef Tom back in our kitchen from The Irishman. You are cooking up really not an Irish dish today. It's swordfish.
Yeah, swordfish. We have a little fresh swordfish here, and we're going to make a kebab kind of over it, and we're going to serve over a little rice pilaf and make an orange sauce reduction kind of to serve over it. So
we have quite a few ingredients here too.
Yeah, I mean basically we're going to marinate. We're going to make the skewers and marinate them. I'm going to show you, get that started here, and then we're going to sear them off. Basically, I have the rice pilaf here. We're going to put a little pepper, onion in that. Of course, our chicken consomme here. And basically, I'm going to chop up the swordfish, the peppers, the onions. You know, alternate. We'll get all that going, the rice, and then just kind of make the sauce at the very end.
And we were talking about the Williamsville Farmer Market. I'm sure you get some of your ingredients from there.
Yeah, yes, we've went over there before. It's a very nice, very good farmers market over there. Lots of stuff going on. And
it runs through October. It's on Saturdays, I believe, from 8 until 1 every Saturday now until October. So that's pretty cool. So we will get started on this in just a little bit. If people are cooking swordfish, what sort of advice would you give to them?
Well, this is, you can basically buy this at a grocery store. Just buy them basically in this form, and basically you want to take off the skin, obviously. You want to take off any of the reddish meat, anything that looks a little bit suspect, you want to take off the side, you know, the skin and everything. And then basically you want to cut it into even cubes so that it kind of, everything will cook at the same time, cook evenly.
Cook evenly. All right, great advice. And we'll have more on this in just a little bit, but for now we're going to send things on over to Emily Lenahan with your .com check. Hey, Emily. Good morning. That's right. I'm back in the kitchen with Chef Tom from The Irishman. We are going to get started here. You've actually already done some chopping since we were last in the kitchen.
I chopped up just onion, pepper, and just put a little bit of, I got a little lemon pepper seasoning, a little salt, pepper, and I'm just going to start cooking those off, and then we're going to add the rice and then the stock there.
Okay, that's chicken broth, chicken stock?
Yeah, a little bit. You can add a little bit of the chicken consomme, you know, chicken broth, whatever, the cubes from the store. It's 2 to 1 stock to rice, so I got 2 cups. 2 cups there. I need to add a little bit more water to take that up to 4 cups, actually. So I will add my rice here, and then basically add the 4 cups of water, and then you just kind of bring that to a boil and let the grains of the rice soak everything in.
And the swordfish really looks like a denser fish, for sure.
It is. It's more of a meaty, rich fish, kind of heavy. So basically with this, you want to just kind of chop it into the same size cubes. So I'm going to try to do that here.
And you were saying to do that because we're going to make kebabs and you want them to cook evenly, right?
Right. If you get them and they're not the same size, you know, you're going to have problems. One's going to be more cooked, one might not be cooked all the way through. So you want to do the best you can to just try to do even strips. You know, if you have one side that's a little bit leaner here, you just kind of cut it a little wider on the actual cut. Those look pretty close, so I will start with those.
And we'll work on that, but for now we're going to send things on over to Matt with our makeover. Yeah, first off though, Matt, I just say I loved that story. You make a great piper. Maybe next year you can be a heavy. We'll see. I think he's going to have to hit the gym a few times.
Maybe a few times.
All right, we're ready to get started on our swordfish. He's giggling over there. It's funny.
Well, I prepared a little marinade here. Obviously, if you were making this, you might want to do this the previous night, you know, so it can soak in all the flavor. Basically, I've taken the swordfish I've chopped up, you know, just alternated vegetables on here. We'll put those in here for a second.
And remind us what is in the marinade again?
I have just a little bit of oil right here, just for cooking to coat everything. A little bit of orange juice because that's going to tie in with the sauce that we're making. A little bit of red wine vinegar. Just kind of cut it with a little bit of acidity there. We have a lemon pepper seasoning here little spice mix.
And we use that on the rice pilaf too, right?
Yeah, a little bit to kind of tie all the flavors together. A little bit of lemon pepper in there. A little bit of our salt pepper mix. And a little bit of shallot, and then some garlic. And then basically just kind of toss everything together here. And once you get a good coating on it, like I said, you could probably at home Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge for at least a few hours, let everything soak in.
Okay. And
then I have a hot saute pan here. Again, this would work pretty well. Very hot saute pan. I'm going to turn that down a little. This would work really well on a grill. Obviously, you know, I'm just going to pan sear it here and do it this way. But
is that the preferred method then, the grill?
I would say the grill probably would be. At the Irishman, we will be featuring this weekend, so we'll be grilling it off and finishing it in the oven. You basically just want to get a nice, you know, sear on there, get some good grill marks on there, and then cook it through in the oven. So.
Okay, great. And we should also remind people, in addition to having this special next Thursday, the August 23rd, you guys also have music on main, of course.
Of course.
And the band will be Train Without Tracks.
Yep.
So, pretty exciting for you guys.
Yes, it is. It's always a good time.
And it's a patio. I mean, that's still open at this point, but
Patio's
probably not a
still
whole
open.
lot of time left. A month or two?
Probably about a month. Yeah,
Month,
you know,
okay.
it's depending on weather permitting. You know, we've had such a great summer so far. We'll see if it's see if it goes into the fall, if it extends like that. But we'll see. As you can see here, the rice peel-off is just about done. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Once all the liquid's gone, you pretty much know that it's absorbed all of it and it's good to go. So I'm going to give that one more minute.
So best to keep it covered.
Yeah.
And then also, if you want fresh ingredients, the Williamsville Farmers Market is happening every Saturday from 8 to 1 now until October. It's always fun to go to the farmers markets. Fun little, Saturday morning.
It's always a good time, yep. Lots of good stuff over there, lots of good produce and food and everything. So, and then you can stop into the Irishman afterwards, you know, get some stuff, then stop into the Irishman. We, of course, are featuring our brunch items, which are very popular, so we encourage everyone to come in.
And is it brunch on Saturday and Sunday?
On Saturday and Sunday, yep.
Perfect.
So, I've started to sear this off here. As you can see, I'm just going to finish this in the oven. I'm going to start working on my sauce. Start working on the sauce here. I've got a little bit of butter. Hopefully the rice will reduce in time for me here. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, a little bit of shallot. Basically a lot of the same things that we've been using throughout the. A little bit of lemon pepper I'll put in there, and I'm going to saute down some mandarin oranges. So, and a little bit of orange juice.
So it'll be very citrusy.
Very citrusy. We're just going to let that cook down, let that reduce a little bit, maybe a little bit more orange juice. And once that reduces, we're just going to top the skewers with that. The rice is just about there.
So at this point, you've turned down the heat then?
I'm going to turn the heat off at this point. Once you get to this point, the rice is it's going to absorb all the water up on its own at this point. So I'm just going to give it hopefully 1 second here, and then by the time we're done with the skewers and the sauce, hopefully the rice will be ready to roll.
Perfect. And we should also point out that we have fire and ice still here. They are helping us cook.
Still hanging out.
They're still hanging out. Yeah.
They're resting at this point. Looks like they're a little bit, they've had a long week.
They have had a long week. We're under the sea. We're
Right.
having fun though.
A little bit of fresh mint I'll put in there too, and hopefully my sauce will start reducing a little bit.
This is a perfect way to end it with swordfish. This isn't something you have every day, that's for sure.
No, swordfish is a little bit out of the ordinary. We haven't run it at the Irishman in a while, so we like to change up the specials, keep everything fresh. So
are the specials pretty popular at the restaurant?
Oh yeah, we do really well with the specials. We of course have the traditional Irish fare and everything, but the specials, you get to try a lot of different things, a lot of things you wouldn't expect at an Irish restaurant. So
yeah, you guys mix it up quite a bit.
We do. As you can see, I finished off two skewers here. I started these a little bit earlier. Start portioning on the rice pilaf here. My sauce.
Did you want me to dish up some of the pilaf?
Sure, if you'd like to.
All right, this
sauce
looks
is starting
good.
to get there. Yeah, just start to take from the top. Try not to get too much of the.
Don't get too much of the liquid.
Yeah, normally
still...
the liquid. Normally you want to cook the liquid all the way down. I think due to time constraints here, it should be good to go. We might cook it a little bit more, but we'll be all right. It'll be okay.
It's good for TV.
That's right.
Still looks pretty.
Yes.
All right.
All right, and then we will.
All right, and we do have a second helping coming up, and we'll have weather as well, so make sure to stick around. We are on to our second helpings with Chef Tom from The Irishman, and we made before swordfish kebabs with a rice pilaf, and now we are making...
just a swordfish salad here. Basically, we're just going to take a salad base and just take all the components on here and just kind of basically lay them out over the salad. We basically will serve this with a citrus vinaigrette we make in-house at the Irishman, which has got a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of lemon zest, some orange juice. So.
Is that goat cheese my favorite, or is it?
That is some goat cheese on there. Yeah, we figured that would kind of go well with everything here. So.
I love goat cheese. I'm sure you've heard that a few times by now, right?
Yeah,
I always obsess over it.
I have heard that. So I'm just going to kind of spread everything out here, and as you can see, this is a nice, easy salad. If you have anything left over, you can just reheat it. Just kind of spread it out like this. Is kind of like a lighter twist on things. So
could you serve it hot or cold then with the meat, or would you prefer hot?
I would probably say serve it. I would probably say serve it hot, but I mean, I've never really had swordfish cold, I don't think. I would say heat it up at least a little bit. You know, you don't necessarily have to have it very hot, but. And then, as you can see, it just kind of has a nice presentation there, and we'll put a few mandarin oranges. I have a few mandarin oranges left here, so we'll toss a few of those on there just for
I
color.
love fruit in my salad. Strawberries too. Strawberries and goat cheese. Oh.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't. And just a reminder, you guys have Thursdays on Main. On August 23rd, you guys will be having Train Without Tracks. They'll be playing. And also the Williamsville Farmers Market's going on now until October from 8 until 1 every Saturday. So we all love farmers markets, I think.
We do.
We do. It's fun to buy local. It's be able to pick out everything there. So
it is definitely more involved. Definitely a good time for everyone. So
fun to take out the kids and all that.
Yes.
All right. So we have. Let's just go over again. What it took to make the swordfish kebabs over here.
Well, just the rice pilaf. You can substitute any vegetables in you want. Basically 2-to-1 stock to rice. We cook those down until the water's. As you can see at this point, the stock is gone, so the rice is done.
It gives it more flavor to cook with that chicken stock rather than just the water.
Right. You want to add a little chicken stock. You can kind of modify it to whatever you're cooking, kind of give it a little more flavor. And I like to tie in some of the same flavors in the rice that I'm using in the dish. And then once we made our kebabs, we just seared them off, finished them in a 350-degree oven for probably about 10 to 15 minutes, just till the swordfish was cooked through. And then just kind of plate. We made our sauce reduction, and as you can see, you can also use that for the salad.
A great dish that's kind of, rounding out the end of summer. So now we're going to send it on over to Matt, who's at the